Hi crafty friends, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's card is a fun little critter card with products from Spellbinders. This is the Dancing Birthday Dragon from the Monster Birthday collection. And I have die cut all the pieces from white cardstock except for a couple, like his eyes and his little claws will be from black. And we are going to do some ink blending. I thought that this dragon would be cute if he had green and turquoise and purple. So I'm using Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated Inks. This is AEGEAN. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not for sure. Then we are going to use Ocean and Amethyst. We're going to create a fun little stenciled background, and this guy is so cute. So he moves. This is, Spellbinders has lots of their little dancing critters and Santa and things like that, but their little body moves, which I'll show you how that works. So it's kind of like a cute little interactive card. So I'm going to color his head and his face, two colors, the Ocean and AEGEAN. His body is going to be the AEGEAN, a little bit of that on his tail. His limbs will be Ocean. His tail will have Ocean and Amethyst, and then he's got cute ears and wings, and his belly will be the Amethyst. So there's quite a few little critters, little monster things in this collection, but I just love this dragon. My daughter loved dragons, so I thought I would get this, but I am making this card really kind of with my daughter in mind with the purples, but also my granddaughter, because in a few months she will be 3 years old. So I thought this would be a perfect, cute little card to give her. Then we also have these number balloons. I can't remember what they're called right now, you guys. I think it's part of this collection, but I do have everything listed and linked for you guys below. So I'm just doing quick ink blending, especially the solid colors. Is super simple, super quick. I am using small blender brushes. I feel like I have better control that way. Let's finish up the cute little dragon tail. I love this critter because the eyes are so big, which is darling. So I'm going to cut just a strip of white cardstock to go behind the eyes on this dragon. Then we can put the eyes in place. But because there's not a solid piece behind him, your eyes could just fall out. And I don't think that's a real good look. So I'm trimming the excess off. So now we have the head. The body has that little hole at the top. That's where his little dancing action will come into play. Let's glue the ears together. So there's two pieces for that. You have the solid piece, and then you have like the little, I wouldn't even know what they're called, but like the hands maybe. But this is the ears because these are the small ones. Oh no, excuse me. Those were the large ones. These are the small one for the ears. So kind of like bats, I guess that's part of their arm and their hand. So I guess that would be what that could be. I don't know these things. Okay, so we've got those glued together. Then I'm just going to line this up so I know where to put the tail. We can get the wings and the ears and everything on, so that way he can start looking really, really cute. We can't put his head on yet because we need to do that once we have the background of the card completed. Because you kind of have to, well, I'll show you. You just have to pop it into place that way. Okay, let's put these cute wings on. I love this color combination. I think it's so cute. Let's pop the other one on. I will add some detail to the head because there's some embossed areas, and I probably should have done it to the nose and the mouth now that I'm looking at the card while I'm voicing over. I should have added a little bit of detail to that, but I did not. Okay, there's the cute ears. Let's pop in the eyes. So here's the white part. So when you originally die cut it, these eyes pop out so you can pop them into place. Then I'm going to die cut the claws from black cardstock, which is hard to see on this black background, but you'll see here in a minute. And then the other part of his eyes, which gives him such a sweet, cute little look. I love it so much. So let's put those in place, which there's that last one. And look at how cute. Oh my gosh, he's so, so darling. Then I'm going to adhere his arms. I'm just adding the glue at the top of the arms because there is a little present die that comes with him. I'm not using that, but you could tuck it underneath his arms, so don't glue down the hand part of his arms. I've die cut the number 3. I am ink blending this with the Amethyst, going darker on the edges. This has some good detail to make it look like it is one of those Mylar balloons that when it's pulled, you know, blown up really tight, it's got all the creases and everything. So I'm going to try to highlight that here in just a little bit. But right now I just want to get it ink blended, lighter in the center, darker on the outside. Here's the bottom part of the balloon that I'm going to ink blend as well. Okay, let's add the detail to his head. I'm using that same Amethyst, getting it a little bit wet and adding it to the dots on top. Now, I did the tiniest bit of water, but I'm also making sure to dip it in the darkest part of the ink. If it's blended out or if it's thinned out too much with water, it's not going to be very dark. I'm using the same thing for the creases in the balloon, and you'll see how those come to life. And then there's some highlight areas that I will use a white gel pen for. But you get all the numbers. It's really cute. You get the bottom of the balloons and you get 3 different types of string dies that go with the balloons. Let me grab this. Well, let me clean this up first. And then I'm going to use a white gel pen to follow along with the embossed areas from the die that give it the highlights. So let me just get that in place here. Look how cute that is. I love these. I love the size of them. It's darling. Okay, for our background, we're going to create a cloudy background. I'm using Pawsome Stamps Stencil. This is a good cloud stencil. I like how large it is. I'm not going to use the clouds on the inside. I'm just going to layer all different sides, flipping it over, getting different sections of clouds here. And I am using SEAFOAM for the sky here. I'm bringing the stencil down far enough so when I do ink blend, I still have some white area, which is going to give you the look of the clouds. If it was too close, I don't think it would look as good. I am using a larger blender brush, but you could use a smaller one as well. But this is a big area to cover, and so I wanted this to go a little bit faster. I want the background to feel a little bit magical because we have this dragon flying around. So I'm going to use Lawn Fawn's Starry Sky Stencil. I am using lilac ink and I want it really light, and I'm not going to put the stars everywhere. I'm just going to put them in just a few areas. I just want it to feel, like I said, magical. I just think it's so cute. I feel like I haven't done a critter card in a long time, and so this one was a lot of fun. I'm using Honeybee Stamps Bee Shimmery Watercolor. I am just splattering it, or trying to keep it splattered where the stars are, not over the whole background, just kind of in that area where the stars are. Let's get this balloon adhered. So these were the strings I was talking about. I have die cut them from black cardstock. And for my design, I actually need to add 2 of these together because the balloon was too close to the dragon for my liking on the design. I wanted it to fill up the whole card. So getting it into his hands, it was practically going to be on top of his head. So I grabbed the other wavy one and just turned it upside down, and I'm going to adhere that together. You're not even going to see most of it, but it does line up nicely. And then I can trim that little bottom T-piece off because that's the part that attaches to the bottom part of the balloon. Now, this guy is supposed to dance freely when you move your card side to side. Oh, first let me explain this. You get a foam circle or a foam square. You're going to pop it in that hole on the background. The little die cut piece you're going to put on top of it and adhere it down. Then you can add some liquid glue, and this is where the head pops on. So as you can see, that can move freely. So make sure that your foam circle or square is smaller than that hole in the die cut body because you want it to be able to move around. So what I was saying is, if you pick this up, he's going to slide around and move freely. But because I'm tucking the balloon string into his hands, he's not going to just slide by himself, but you can move him by yourself. So it's kind of a trade-off. I was okay with it because you still can play around with him and move him around, but I really did want him holding the balloon. So I'm tucking it under his head and tucking it in his hands, and I'm actually not going to adhere that down. But see, you can move it just a little bit and it works great. I am using Trinity Stamps Twinkle Twinkle Stars. They're kind of like a white star, so I'm going to add a few of those on the background, which is going to give a little more magic feel, a little more shimmery feel. Let's take a look at this up close so you can see the stars. You can see that bee shimmery from Honeybee Stamps. Look, he can still move with his cute little body. I just love it. I think it's so, so darling. So you guys will definitely want to check out this collection because they are super cute. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoy this project and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.